Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us at Scott's special VIP night, an MX night. I hope you have a great time and see what we've been up to for the last 5-6 years. Just recalling of the evolution of the MX series, and Scotty Stay had quite a lot to do with it. I remember showing Scotty the blueprints, so to speak, after he was here for a dealer convention, and admittedly we had a couple of reds beforehand, so things were feeling really good. He got really excited about it, and I think we had about 2 or 3 weeks to get the first one built and over in Perth for the VIP night.
The concept for the MX systems came out of our idea to try and bring in some of the technology we use in cinema into a home market on the home scale. So we looked at ways we could redevelop Scott's infinite baffle wall into something that was easier to manage in a home installation. And that's where we started looking at how we could build an infinite baffle wall into the product itself, rather than having to put speakers in and then surround it with an infinite baffle wall and treatment. And the brainwave that struck us was, let's just fill up the cavity completely with speakers and make that the product, make the speakers modular, put acoustic treatment on the front and sort of replicate what is happening in a commercial cinema, but make it in a different guise.
We've spent a lot of time engineering the Series MX range from the 5 all the way up to the 40. So we've really thought about these things like keeping it as shallow as possible, but still keeping that big cinema sound. So we've put the acoustic material on the front of the speaker baffles to maintain that infinite baffle that helps with reflections off the screen, and it helps treat the sound in the room itself. We've kept the design axis lower on the speaker where it's more in line with your ears, so you're more on axis to the sound, and the less equalizing you need to do to be able to get it sounding just right. And also it saves you system power and headroom, because you're not wasting power trying to equalize for being off axis to the design of the speaker. So there's little changes in there that we've made to really try and do everything we can with the system behind the screen to get it sounding as good as it possibly can.
So the thing that's really nice about our MX systems is they're using our commercial cinema technology in the horns, and they're using commercial style bass drivers. So you get that really direct sound. That means you get a lot more energy directed at your listening position and less energy splashing around the room, which sort of muddies the soundstage. So you combine that factor with the fact that it's a much more sensitive speaker, and together you get this much more dynamic sound. Also, we tend to adjust the balance of our MX speakers to have a sort of really full mid-range and bass with a little bit more rolled off towards the top end. So that gives you a really sort of smooth, big speaker sound, which, combining that with the direct sound of the horn, you really get that cinema experience.
So one of the things we pride ourselves on is just our customer service and also manufacturing in Australia, and combining those two. So manufacturing here, having our R&D department and engineering done here in-house, it means we can support the product for Australians locally, and also be able to really get down to the detail. If customers need to find out those details from us, we're able to help out with that. I don't think there's too many companies around the world, or speaker companies, that are able to, that you're able to ring up and talk to someone at that level, or even talk to the person who designed the speaker if you really need to. So that's something we really do pride ourselves on. We started with the MX 20 and 30. They were the first 2 MX systems to be released. We then, a couple of years down the track, made the MX 5 and 10 that were a bit smaller than those, and then after that came the MX 40. So we've had a few years there, about 6 years of development and evolution of the MX series. But what that's done, it's allowed us to offer a different type of system for any type of room size or budget or performance level. So no matter what size room you got, there'll be a Series MX system that'll be the right fit for you. So in 2019, we took an MX-30 to Integrated Systems Europe, where we showed the punters there. And since then, we've picked up a lot of international distributors, especially in Europe, who have really gotten a lot of MX systems out into the world. The UK, Spain, Germany, China, they're doing really well all around the world. And it's good to sort of look back where this all started and the first launch night from the team at West Coast Hifi Midland, just to see where it all began.
I met Trinov at a commercial cinema convention over in Barcelona and saw the potential of that technology. It essentially fixes up a lot of problems you get in physics, phase distortion, time delay issues, room correction, all that sort of stuff. It did it all in one package, but it was the most advanced processor of that ilk. So we ventured into the commercial field and could see the potential for home cinema. And really that's where it went.
Every speaker that has multiple drivers that have a roll-off, be it created by a crossover or an active crossover, creates some delay or phase shift. So this is one of the really nice things about the Trinov. It can correct for all these deficiencies and create a perfect impulse response. That's something that's only possible in the pure digital domain. So this gives you the ultimate performance. You've also got the advantage with the Trinov where it can apply room correction. So although in our factory we can design for an optimum response, we can't predict everyone's room and everyone's room problems. So this is something that the Trinov can offer to our speaker to get you that ultimate experience.
Much like Krix, Trinov have products in the commercial cinema space. So they have processors that are used in huge commercial cinemas that they then scale down to be able to use in residential environments. And our products are very much the same, where we take our constant directivity horn technology and our speaker engineering and scale that down into something like the Series MX. So there's a lot of synergy between the two companies and the two products there, where we can deliver that big commercial cinema experience, but in the comfort of your own home.
Thanks for coming, people. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you drink Scott's Cellar Dry, because I'm not there, so I can't do it. So you've got to do it for me. And hopefully we'll catch up with you next year. Take care.